From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reported tonight, Amarachi Ubani.
Good evening and welcome tonight. INEC chairman defends creation of new polling units for the country. National chairman of the Labour Party, Dan Wanyawu, resigns from position. The president orders removal of posters bearing the sign, "Bring Back Good Luck 2015, says they were put without his knowledge. And U.S. government declares IS as the single greatest threat to Iraq and the world.
And on business news tonight, Director General of Securities and Exchange Commission, Aruma Ote, unveils a 10-year master plan for the Nigerian capital market.
And on sports news tonight, hosts South Africa and defending champions Nigeria dropped blank in an intense 2015 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier at the Cape Town Stadium.
We begin tonight with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, whose chairman, Professor Jega, today in Abuja, came down hard on critics of the controversial polling units earmarked by the Commission for the 2015 general elections. And much earlier, some leaders of the South dismissed the decision as INEC's plan to give the North an advantage. INEC created in its new polling units 21,615 for the North and 8,412 to the South. But Professor Jega rejected the allegation justifying the arrangement. Our correspondent, Larry Lasisi, tells us more.
The recent decision by the Independent National Electoral Commission to review the structure of polling units in the country and create additional ones has been condemned by some groups. One of such groups is the Southern Nigeria People's Assembly. They say the Commission's action gives political advantage to the northern part of the country.
Professor Jega decided not to collaborate, but to marginalize the entire southern Nigeria by arbitrarily and capriciously allocating 21,615 polling units to the north as against 8,412 polling units for southern Nigeria.
The group also disagrees with the position put forward by the Electoral Commission that overcrowded polling units is one of the reasons for the Commission's action.
The Southern Nigeria People's Assembly, therefore, demand the immediate resignation of Professor Jega as chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission.
But in a swift reaction, the man in the eye of the storm says the decision taken by the Commission is only meant to improve the electoral process for free, fair and credible elections in 2015.
There is no political advantage in the creation of polling units to any individual, to any party or to any region. If there is any advantage, it is to the voter. It makes it easier for voters in a polling unit than so far they have had it in the conduct of election.
The Commission says with a voters' register figure of over 70 million and based on the proposed 500 voters per polling booth, there should be at least 140,000 polling units in the country. Taking new registered voters into consideration, the Commission has approved about 150,000 polling units.
The Commission is not working on imaginary population sizes based on perceived patterns of migration by potential voters. Rather, the Commission is working with the documented register of voters, which is verifiable, and we have it and what we have at the moment.
The Commission says Nigerians should see this as a patriotic decision meant to improve the conduct of elections and make the 2015 election better than the elections of 2011. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, the inspection of electoral materials used during the August 9th governorship election in Osun State was almost stalled as councils of both the PDP and the APC were engaged in a war of words. At the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Osogbo, the state capital, councils representing the APC insisted that Exhibit A should be produced before the inspection can take place.
This is the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Osogbo, the Osun State capital. Gathered here are the supporters of the People's Democratic Party. They are here in show of solidarity to their legal team acting in accordance with the permission granted by the Election Petition Tribunal to inspect the election materials used during the August 9 governorship election. But right inside the INEC premises, the APC legal team is opposed to the idea of PDP supporters converging for the election materials inspection. They say only those listed for the exercise should be allowed entrance, and that led to an argument between representatives of both parties. But the drama wasn't over yet. Just as the inspection exercise was about to begin, the APC legal team insisted that the order obtained from the tribunal for the inspection and the Exhibit A should be produced. This led to another round of altercation. Two hours later, both teams agreed to commence the inspection 30 minutes to the closing time, after which only one ward in the Obokun local government was inspected out of the 17 local governments contended by the PDP.
We have been here for more than 8 hours. You can imagine the raised issues, including that they will not put their scanners on plastic chairs, including we must move their table close to a particular place, things that is unbelievable, challenging the authority of the tribunal.
In this particular instance, they requested for a leave of the court to inspect some document as contained in Exhibit A, which is not part of the order of the court. So that was quite. So you look at ordinarily, you look at that we started around 4 o'clock, and that was due to their own negligence, because ordinarily they didn't do what they're supposed to have done.
The material inspection continues until all the local governments under review are sorted out.
Our equipment from coming in.
More politics now. Providing change remains the major campaign point of the All Progressives Congress, the APC. This pattern again came into play today in Abuja as party bigwigs gathered at the Imo State House to ask Nigerians to embrace the APC as the alternative to the ruling party. Chairman of the party, Chief John Oyegun, told the gathering that the APC is the only party that would rescue the country from its present challenges. Our correspondent Amaka Okafor reports.
Indigents of Imo State and chieftains of the All Progressive Congress at the commissioning of the Sam Mbakwe House in Abuja. However, with elections approaching, politics was brought to the front burner. Speaker after speaker took a swipe at the federal government and canvassed for a change which they say will work for a better Nigeria.
You look to the north and you see that Boko Haram is approaching. You look to the south and the kidnappers are coming. Boko Haram has now reinforced the kidnappers. The only hope for this country to repel these attacks is this great party, APC.
For the governor of Imo State, the PDP-led government has over time provided the recipe for insurgency, insecurity, ethnicity and hopelessness in the country, and if given another opportunity, could finally derail the nation.
The government of the day can no longer guarantee for our people a good future. And let me tell you, PDP has reached its maximum, and you cannot give what you don't have.
Exactly.
If you give PDP another 100 years, they can't do better than they're doing now. In as much as we don't know what APC will do when they come in, but change has become necessary.
The APC said it is not bothered by the departure of some key members of the party, as their exit has given room for the party to continue to grow.
We gain a lot more, and we are gaining people of courage because they are leaving a ruling party for a temporary opposition party. That requires courage. It requires commitment. It requires vision. Those are the kind of people we want. But those who stand for position, those who stand with one leg in the PDP and one leg in the APC, and people like that, we are very glad to wish them the best of luck in the PDP.
Politicians are taking every opportunity to position themselves for the 2015 general elections. The APC has used this occasion to further converse that it is the answer to a better Nigeria come 2015. Amaka Okafor, Channels Television News.
Well, to an interesting development in one of the political parties, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Mr. Dan Wanyawu, has announced his resignation as the party's chairman. Mr. Wanyawu told this to journalists in Abuja after a closed-door meeting with the party's National Working Committee that his decision to quit was personal. When asked if he was bowing out of office to join another political party, along with the Ondo State Governor, Olusegun Mimiko, Mr. Wanyawu said he believes in the party's ideologies. He, however, urged the public not to read meaning into the decision. The party has fixed October the 4th for its third national convention to decide on new leaders.
After being at the leadership of the party for 10 years plus, it is time for me to go. We have done our bit. We have to allow those with us to come up and also do their own bit. I am not leaving because I want to join another party. It's just that when you stay in a place for a very long time, I could have said, okay, let me run. The constitution doesn't hold me. But I say, no, that will not be right. Let's build capacity. Let more people come on board. So that's exactly what it is. You should not read meanings into a simple personal decision of somebody. I am not leaving because I'm going somewhere. This game is very dynamic. Politics is very dynamic. Politics is something that changes can come tomorrow. But I believe strongly in the ideology of the Labour Party.
In part two, after the break, President Goodluck Jonathan orders the removal of hashtag Bring Back Goodluck 2015 signs. He calls them insensitive. Please join us again.